Alright, this video is a little different today. Got a question for you. If you was already doing a job, would you take less to do the job, to do the exact same job, to drive the exact same truck? Okay, well, this is what happened to me today. So I was on my way here to Caseyville, Illinois, to this drop location, pickup location, and I was within 6 miles of this place. And my dispatcher calls me up and they say, hey, that truck has been rerouted to a place in Texas. So we need you to take and go ahead and uh, run that truck on to Texas. And I'm like, well, I can't do it for less than what I'm making now because I'm already in the truck. I'm hooked to the truck. I'm already going down the road. All right. So there's no way I'm going to take it for less. There's no way. I'm not going to do it. So then my dispatcher says, all right, just go ahead and start heading there. And I'll get back to you. Need that there pretty quick. I'm like, all right. So then I'm like, all right. So I roll on. About an hour later, maybe a little more, I get a phone call from the dispatcher again. Then the dispatcher's like, oh, well, we can't pay you that much. We could pay you a nickel less per mile to do it. And then, the miles is from Memphis, Tennessee to Texas. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, it has to be from Caseyville, Illinois to Texas because I've already done that trip from Memphis to, uh, you know, Caseyville. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, that's a completed trip. I've drove 306 miles and I need to be paid for that. Okay. So you can't like not pay me for that because someone else at Truck Movers or Dispatch or Navistar made a mistake. You can't you just can't unpay me. So, that doesn't make any sense. And she's like, "Well, let me call you back." I said, "Okay." So, in the meantime, I pull over on the side of the road because I've already decided I ain't driving anymore until we get this ironed out. So I took and pulled over. I get a phone call back from the dispatcher. They say, well, we could pay you for uh, 600 and something miles. And I'm like, well, the trip from Caseyville to there is 700 and something miles. It's not 600. And then you're going to pay me a nickel less and then short me on miles. I'm like, anybody could Google Caseyville to this place in Texas and come up with the miles. It's as simple. There's 3 highways to get there. How hard is it? You can't like fly there straight in a truck. That's impossible. Then she gets back to me and tells me, oh, well, that's all they're willing to pay. And I'm like, so what about my Memphis to Caseyville pay? And then they're like, oh, well, that's in it. That's factored in it. I'm like, no, it can't be factored in it because it should be, a significant amount more, than what you guys are offering. I'm like, that's impossible. That cannot be it. The amount they told me over the phone is for a 500-mile trip. That's how much money I was going to get paid. And I was doing like a 800-mile trip, 890 or something. It was some weird number. So now I'm at the point where, it's at a standstill. I'm not moving from the spot on the side of the highway. And I may have to abandon the vehicle on the side of the road and quit and not tell them where the truck is. That was an option for me today. So, I mean, I've absolutely never done that before. And, I don't even threaten that I'm ever going to do that. That was the only time doing this type of work I've even threatened to do that. But I refuse to let someone steal from me. I mean, like, right in my face. Like, take the money straight out of my wallet and say, hey, I'm going to steal this money from you. No, I'm not going to do that. So, anyway, I said, look, here's what I got to get from you. I got to get you to tell me before I drive one more mile that I'm going to be paid for that Memphis to Caseyville or I'm not moving. And then the dispatcher's like, we will pay you for that. And I'm like, all right. So now we're going to go back to plan A. Plan A is I'm going to deliver this truck in Caseyville. You guys get a different driver to do that because I'm already stressed out about this whole situation. And I'm getting paid a nickel less. And I'm going to have to sleep in the truck all night and not get a hotel or anything because I've already lost a full day's work because of all the confusion and everything. So my question to you is, would you have just went ahead and did the nickel less per mile? Well, here's another factor. I already had 4 runs lined up, you know, from Caseyville to Chicago, and I had a whole loop created. And I created that last week, about last Wednesday. So, I mean, I already have my name on all these loads. I've already went through the process and I already, have these loads. So if I would have taken the truck to Texas, I would have had to try to get another load back up to Caseyville to get the load from here to go up to Chicago and do my loop. So, it was just a catastrophe from the get-go. I probably should have just went ahead and told them that, there's no way I'm going to do that load and just pay me for the Memphis to Caseyville and I wouldn't have had to go through all that. But I took it to the next level even. I called up the middleman at Truck Movers that this lady has to go through to do all those counter offers. The guy that kicks me in the nuts with the zeros and the low ball things and everything. I had to talk to this guy, and the guy sounded like he was about 12 years old. And basically, the guy's like, I could get anybody to drive that truck out of Caseyville to wherever, basically at the flat rate. So, we're back at the flat rate again. So these drivers taking these flat rates is just killing the business. I mean, so very, very frustrating day. I'm at a good safe location. It's starting to rain. And I guess I'm just going to kick it right here and watch Netflix all night. I've already ate and done my stuff for the day. I've got my hitch unhooked and I'm basically going to hang out here until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning and then do the old switcheroo with the trucks and keep on chooching on down the road. So tell me what y'all think about this situation. I'm going to get out here and, well, I might not get out here and make any damn money tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to get out there and make some damn money.